Welcome. My name is Melinda Hart. You are watching Stamping with Hart. You can find more information about today's project on my blog at stampingwithhart.blogspot.com. What I am showing you here is the Wonderful World Saleabration stamp set and coordinating designer series paper that will be available in the Saleabration brochure, which is going to launch on July 1st, as well as the new mini catalog for July to December. Saleabration will be running from July 1st to August 31st, and the catalog will run from July to December. Now, here are some of the products we're going to be using today for our cards. This is the Mossy Meadow Stampin' Right marker. We're going to be using the Rich Raspberry ink. I have my Stampin' Spot, my ink spot size. We're also going to be using Flirty Flamingo. Now, in addition to that, I wanted to show you all of the coordinating colors that are in this designer series paper pack. So you can see that's quite a variety of shades. I'm going to be focusing on Flirty Flamingo, Rich Raspberry, and Mossy Meadow, but of course, whatever different combinations that you want to use with your papers, you can do that. So this paper here, I'm just flipping so that you can see the front and the back side of each pattern. You can see there's a really heavy floral focus, but if you're not a florals person, the other side are patterns. And you could use the paper for that side as well, or use them in combination, which is typically what they're designed for. We're going to be making 6 thank you cards today using this paper and stamp set. Now, if you are not familiar about what Saleabration is, it is a way to earn free rewards, free products when you purchase a certain amount of product during the Saleabration time frame. So here you're getting a little bit of a sneak peek of the thank you cards that we're going to be making today. And that circle has the other flower in it. I decided to use the same flower for all 6 cards just to make it easier, but I did stamp a sample version of the other flower so that we could get a look at that. Now I am going to be using some coordinating products here, or some additional products I should say, to make these cards: the frayed ribbon and the brushed brass butterflies. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm taking this 12 by 12 paper and I am cutting it down to 6 by 6 squares. And we're going to use one sheet. So we're going to use one square of each pattern to make our thank you cards today. If you are not already on my email list, I have a link in the description box below. My email list is typically the first place where I talk about classes and events first. It is also where I show sneak peeks to my Facebook Live projects and any information that we have about specials, products, all of that lovely stuff I share in my email list. So go ahead, click the link in the description, sign up for that. I occasionally do free project sheets, which are tutorials of some of the cards that I feature here on my channel or in one of my classes. Now, I have a paper share that is coming up, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video today with the Saleabration product was, number one, so that you could get a look at what some of the free rewards are going to be that you can choose depending on how much you spend when Saleabration begins. The other reason that I wanted to show it was to give you an idea of the 6 by 6 size and what you can do with a single sheet of paper when you get a paper share. So I am going to be having my first paper share. Registration is open. I also have a link with information about the paper share in the description box below. So you could go ahead and learn more there if you are interested. I'm also going to have more information at the end of this video. So if you are interested in hearing more about the paper share, I have it at the end of the video. And for those of you who are here for the card inspiration, of course, that's what we're working on right now. So These are very simple thank you cards. The layout is very simple, but it's a good way if you are diving into a new pack of designer series paper to use it all. If you are doing a paper share or you've participated in one in the past, you can use some of that paper that you have on hand to create a set of thank you cards. When I saw the florals, I just thought it's so beautiful. It's going to make a beautiful thank you card set. And that was what I decided to do for this video. So I actually featured one of these cards on my Facebook Live, but I decided to expand on that and do an entire set so that you guys could get a look at all of the paper and the different colors and the combinations. So the sizes that we're looking at here are the very vanilla cards and envelopes. Those are the note size cards that are 3.5 by 5. They're already pre-scored. So our layering piece is going to be, the layering piece is going to be 3.25 by 4.75. And then I cut an additional strip at a 1/2 inch by 4.75, and that goes at the bottom of the layer. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking each one of those sheets and I'm just cutting all of the pieces with the designer series paper now. Every single card uses the same note card. Now, whenever you purchase a pack, you can actually get our note cards in basic white or very vanilla. I would have to look in our new annual catalog. I can't remember what size our craft size cards are now, but you could always take a look in that section of the catalog where you can see the different size cards that you can purchase. But I just want to be really clear that this is the thank you card size or the note card size. Now what I'm doing here is I'm going to have some layering pieces. So I'm going to do the layering circles, and this is the plain round circle. I'm cutting 2.5 inch squares with basic white cardstock. I'm cutting them all in advance so that I can just do my stamping and my die cutting all at once. And then I'm also going to cut the scalloped layering circle in Flirty Flamingo and Rich Razzleberry, which you'll see coming up in a moment. So I just decided to do a combination of flower shades depending on the designer series paper that I was working with. And the size of the squares for the larger layering circle, the scallop circle, is 3 by 3 inches. So I just find it easier to cut the pieces down before I run them through the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. The mini is a little bit smaller. It's a good way to make sure that you're being a little bit more efficient with your cardstock as well, instead of just cutting off of really large pieces. So that's why I pre-cut everything in advance. So I'm just going to run these through my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. The thing that I love about this particular Saleabration set is how soft and romantic it is. Very vintage look, but also you have a combination of patterns where some of the florals are very big, some of the florals are very small, some of them are spaced out and more clean, and then some are just chock full of pattern from top to bottom. So it was a good way to kind of play around with the different patterns. So if you are looking to make a lot of cards quickly, I think this is going to be ideal, and it's pretty incredible that both the stamp set and the paper are going to be free with your qualifying purchase between July 1st and August 31st, 2022. Now, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you are interested in getting a catalog, please let me know. You can direct message me or email me. I have all of my information in the description box below, and I will be happy to send you a catalog and a Saleabration brochure. This is a great time to shop. Now what I'm doing here is I'm getting out my stamparatus. So if you are not familiar with our stamp positioning tool, this is an incredible tool that you can use to position things ahead of time if you're going to be stamping in repeat. I have a bunch of circles to stamp. Now I did decide to switch out my flower, but this is a really good way to see some of the great ways that you can put a stamp positioning tool, the stamparatus, to good use. So this is our Stampin' Right marker. This is in Mossy Meadow. And what I'm doing is I'm just coloring the stem and the leaves, and I'm leaving the flower portion blank for now. I'm just taking a piece of scrap of one of the circles that I cut out. I am setting my magnet down. The Stamparatus comes with 2 plates and 2 magnets. I broke one of my magnets, which is why you're now seeing 3 magnets. And I'm starting to stamp down on that circle. By leaving the scrap there, I can just swap in and out the circles as I go and as I stamp. And I can clean in between stamping layers too. So I just went through with my Simply Chamois, cleaned off my stamp, and then I decided to come in with Sahara Sand in my Stampin' Write marker. And I wanted to see what that looked like with this flower. And it looked fine, but I wanted a little more color. I wanted like a really big pop of color. And that was when I decided to change gears. I decided to switch it up and go to Rich Razzleberry and Flirty Flamingo for my flower colors instead. I just wanted that brighter pop for my cards, but you could do whatever you prefer. And it depends on what shades you have in your Stampin' Write markers as well. Now, if you're not familiar, let me talk about the difference between Stampin' Write and Stampin' Blend markers for just a moment. Stampin' Write markers are water-based and are safe to use on your stamps just exactly the way that you see me using them. You can color safely directly onto the stamp, and it's just as if you were inking it with a regular ink pad that was also water-based. Now, Stampin' Blend markers are alcohol-based markers, and you do not want to go direct tip to your stamp with an alcohol marker because you could damage or dry out the stamp image. And we want our stamps to last a long time. So use your Stampin' Write markers if you need to do really concentrated coloring, separating out the leaves versus the flower. Now, if you don't have the Stampin' Write markers, but you do have the ink spots, if you get Paper Pumpkin kits or the Kids Collection kits, those typically come with mini ink pads. They call them Stampin' Spots. And you can have very concentrated application with that as well, as opposed to our full-size ink pads, which can feel a little bit bulkier to use on a stamp like this flower and stem. So it's totally up to you. I have Rich Razzleberry that I'm going to be using on my flower, and I'm going to be using the full-size ink pad in Flirty Flamingo because I actually don't have the Stampin' Write marker in that shade. So you can see I'm just sort of walking it in. And of course, you could always wipe off or mask off if you have a Post-it or masking paper. You could always mask off one part of the stamp so that you don't have to be so finicky with it. But you have lots of options as to what you could do. So in this particular combination, Rich Razzleberry is on the sentiment. I decided to reposition. I could not make up my mind where I wanted my thank you sentiment to be on each one of my circles. So you'll see throughout this video, I'm kind of putting it everywhere because I just couldn't decide. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to bring in, I wanted a pop of gold because the warmth of the very vanilla and the frayed ribbon, which looks like more of a cream than a white, in my opinion, in person, just really has that like shabby chic kind of feel to it. And I was like, I have to add a pop of gold, which is where the butterflies came from. So I thought it ended up being a perfect combination. So I'm just going to go through and basically color these in each time and just swapping out my circles. So I do some in Flirty Flamingo and I do some in Rich Razzleberry. And you can let me know in the comments if you want to weigh in on this, what color you like better for the flowers, or if you liked both. I'm also curious how many of you actually own the Stamparatus and if you use it. So if you don't mind letting me know in the comments, I'm very curious. I have been thinking about doing a free resource, kind of like a free guide with tips on how to use the Stamparatus. If that's something that you would be interested in, then let me know. I am going to be having a lot of things coming up for holidays, so stay tuned for all of that. And like I said, I am going to be talking a little bit more at the end of this video about the upcoming paper share. This will be my first paper share that I am doing, and the paper share is going to include a card class. So If you've never taken a card class from me before, this might be a great time because I'm going to show you different ways that you can use your paper share. And I have been doing that in previous videos as well, including this one, because my paper share is going to be the 6x6 paper size. And this, of course, is all cut down from sheets of 6x6. And you've seen the process of how I cut those down and pack those up. So here again, I am moving my sentiment around, and I kind of liked wherever I put it, I liked it. So I was like, I'm just going to have a variety. These cards aren't all going to be going to the same person, so they're not going to know the difference anyway. Okay, so I did want to thank all of you for participating in my poll that I actually placed here on YouTube about when you start crafting for Christmas. I, of course, was asking those questions because of our new catalog that is coming out, and in terms of my class and event planning throughout the rest of the year. So we as demonstrators cannot show the inside of the catalog or the Saleabration brochure until it launches on July 1st. We are allowed to show you our pre-order purchases. So when I receive these Saleabration items, I'm able to demonstrate the actual items, but I can't refer to them inside the brochure, which is why you're not seeing them here. But if you are interested in getting access to these products prior to July 1st, you can actually put pre-order items in a starter kit. I have a starter kit link in the description below. There's going to be a starter kit special coming up in July, and I will have more information about that coming up soon. But if you are just really itching to get some brand new product before they go available to everyone, then that is an option for you. Now, you do not qualify for Saleabration rewards when you purchase a starter kit because the starter kit itself is its own promotion. You actually save $26 in product on the starter kit. You get free shipping on the starter kit. So you can't combine promotions basically, but you can get a holiday catalog product, which isn't available yet, and put that in your starter kit and get that now. And then when you would place your first item, when you would place your first order as a demonstrator, rather, if you got to the qualifying amounts of either $50 or $100 before tax, you would qualify for Saleabration rewards right now in June as a demonstrator. That's how we got access to it. When you place those qualifying order amounts, and you could get Saleabration rewards right now. So that is a way that you can do that if you are interested. Now, the starter kit is a great option for people who are going to be purchasing larger amounts of product going into holiday. So if you are somebody who likes to make a lot of cards for friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, if you donate cards to charity and you know you're going to be getting large quantities of product, as a demonstrator, you can save 20%, and that would be a great option for you. So here I'm just showing the finished cards, and if you want to stay tuned, I'm going to be talking a little bit to you about the details of my paper share, and again, that link is below. So this is the catalog here. Like I said, I can't open it yet, but this is going to launch on July 1st. And in that catalog, they have 12 really beautiful designer series paper packs. And it's, it covers each of the different holidays. It gets into harvest, it gets into Halloween, Christmas, winter. There's some black and white. I don't have the papers to show you tonight, but they're absolutely gorgeous. And so the way that a paper share works is basically it's getting a sampler of all of the papers. So instead of getting them full size, or instead of getting a full pack, you get 1/4 of a pack of all 12 different papers, so that you can craft all throughout the seasons, or I should say all throughout the season, all of your holidays, and you have a very large variety of paper you know, and it's all going to be 6x6 size. So in addition to the paper share, what I'm doing is I'm adding a class. So I'm going to do 4 card kits. I'm going to do an exclusive video tutorial, and I'm also going to do an exclusive PDF tutorial that will have all of the card measurements and all of that lovely stuff, the instructions for the cards, in addition to your paper share. Okay, so I have that open to register now if you are interested. So I also have some add-on options available, and I'll go through those in just a moment. You can find more information out about this on my blog, on my Facebook page. Basically, there is a sign-up list. You can go, you can click the link, you can put your name on the list to let me know that you're interested, but you wouldn't actually be purchasing anything today. You would just be letting me know that you're interested in the paper share, and then I will invoice at a later date closer to when the catalog is going to launch. And then we'll go ahead and put the orders in on the day the catalog launches on July 1st. So why would you want to do a paper share? If you've ever participated in a paper share, leave me a comment and let me know. Or if you haven't participated in a paper share, let me know that too. I'm interested to hear from you and what your thoughts are on that. Saleabration, let me just show you this. So Saleabration is also going to be happening starting July 1st. And that is a great way that you can earn free product in July and August when you make purchases. So you would actually qualify for a Saleabration item when you purchase the paper share, and also if you purchase any of the add-on options. So it's entirely up to you. The easiest option would be just the paper share. You're going to get the 12 packs, 6x6 size, 1/4 pack of each set of paper. And then I also have a holiday option. I'm a big Christmas in July person, so I am going to be featuring some Christmas in July, and of course we're going to do some summer too. But I have a holiday add-on option. It's called the Cottage Wreaths Bundle, and let me see if I can tell you what page that's on. So that is on page 59 and 74 of the catalog, because I can't show you guys yet. There's a fall add-on where you can add the Hello Harvest bundle, and then there's also a Halloween add-on where you could add the Scary Cute bundle. Hello Harvest is on pages 48 and 50, and then Scary Cute is on pages 56 and 77. So if you have purchased with me in the last 12 months, you will have a catalog going out to you this week. I've been working on them for the last couple of days. I'm in the process of sending those out. If you are new here and you are interested in getting a catalog from me, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to send you a catalog. Just direct message me or email me and let me know. And again, if you have any questions about the paper share, I'm happy to answer your questions about it. I'm so excited to do this. I absolutely love holiday. The holiday catalog, or I should say the mini catalog now, is one of my absolute favorite times of year to craft. And I have a lot that's going to be coming up. So if you're not already on my email list, sign up for my email list. That's where I announce everything first. And I have an option right on Facebook that says join my list. You can click there, or you can also join my list from my blog. So totally up to you. The thing that I like about the paper share, my friend Roberta recently shared the annual catalog paper share with me, just to kind of show me that whole process and the way that it was done. It was, I loved it. I thought it was so great to get some of the paper, and then you can really decide if you want to get additional packs of that, or if you would, you know, maybe be surprised by a paper pack that maybe you wouldn't necessarily have purchased, but once you have it in person and the sampler pack, you think, wow, this is gorgeous. But for any of us who have a goal to make a lot of Christmas cards and send handmade cards out to our friends and our family and coworkers and neighbors, and for people who actually donate to charities, cards for charities, it takes a long time, right? Like we sort of have to build it up over a few months. So this is a great way when the catalog launches, you get your paper packs right away. You can go through, you can start seeing which papers that you love. You can start making some cards earlier than starting later. So I had actually taken a poll on YouTube, and I did a poll on Facebook and asked everybody when you start making Christmas cards. And I actually got like a pretty wide response. Like some people start really early in the year. The most common answer was August. And then I also had a lot who started in either October or November. So people who were starting a little bit later. So I thought that that was really interesting. For me, I kind of have to work each month and build up those cards so that it doesn't hit me all last minute, because we all know how busy it gets around the holidays. So when you get a paper sampler, you get all of that paper ahead of time, and you can start planning your harvest, your Thanksgiving, your Halloween projects. If you're going to do those, you can start, you know, getting a vision for that, because you're seeing all of the papers in person and you have an opportunity to see what works best. That's what I loved about it. And you can get really creative with designing cards more with paper than with stamps, but that's why I have the add-on options available in case anybody's super excited about the catalog and you want to add a bundle, right? I think that we kind of all want to do that.